So, hi everybody, welcome back. I'm so excited you're here. Today we are going to be talking about healthy sleep habits. So, me and DesAre are going to be presenting today. Thank you again, Special Olympics Kentucky, for partnering with us. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So, sorry, hold on. So, first, go ahead, DesAre.
I was going to introduce. Hi, I'm DesAre Nickel. I'm a Special Olympics athlete and athlete ambassador. And these are my friends, most of them.
Yes.
Good to meet everybody else. Let's do this.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into what is sleep. So sleep is a complex natural process that we go through every night, sometimes during the day for a little nap, and it helps us process new information, stay healthy, and feel well rested. I know I always feel best when I wake up from like a long night's sleep. And when we're asleep, our brain is like still active. So it's processing everything for us. So this is kind of a little visual we have here of when you're laying down asleep, how your body and your brain are still working. Okay, so next, there's 5 stages of sleep in the sleep cycle. So there's stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, and stage 5 is actually called REM, which is rapid eye movement. And it's kind of cool because sometimes you can see people when they're sleeping, like their eyes fluttering a little bit. And usually that is the stage where you dream. So I know I dream almost every night. Who else has dreams? Did anybody have any funny ones last night? Anything good?
I can't think. No, I don't think I ever have. So.
What about you, Hayden? I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah. So dreaming should be a natural thing. Everybody dreams.
Yeah. All right, DesAre, can you take over this slide for me?
Yep. What affects sleep? Food, drinks, medications, and exercise. Now, tips for healthy sleep. In the yes, we want to, hold on, I'm going to pull this in. Get up at the same time every day. Do evening walks. Have a bedtime routine. Have a comfortable bed. Cool and dark room. And relaxing baths is always good. Now, for our no's, we don't want no heavy food at night. No blue lights. No hardcore training at night. That would disrupt your sleep. No alcohol or smoking. No caffeine. And no bad stress. Remember, we talked about that last time.
Exactly, that's right. Good job. So we're going to kind of get into it because a few things that help us have healthy sleep are also what we touched on last week for stress management. So some quick definitions real quick to get into it. Does anybody know what insomnia is? Or has anybody heard of it?
Yes,
I think I've heard of it.
I remember what it is.
Yeah, so insomnia is the inability to sleep. So some people have this almost every night, and some people have it when they're stressed out, you know, like before a big test or exciting things like your birthday or Christmas. It can be kind of hard to fall asleep at night.
Or in Special Olympics case, when the athletes would agree, maybe you have a big game or a big tournament, you're excited but nervous for it, and that can also cause you not to sleep.
Yeah, that's true, because you can't.
Yeah,
I
get like that too.
I get excited and butterflies in my stomach when I'm getting to play a tournament that I haven't played in a long time.
Exactly. See, so it's normal. Everybody gets it sometimes. So if that ever happens to you one night, just know that it's normal, and maybe you have a better sleep the next night. So melatonin is what plays a really important role in our body's ability to fall asleep. So it's a hormone, which means our body produces melatonin on its own. And there's also like melatonin vitamins that you can take. Has anybody seen them at the grocery store or maybe Like I know my mom has them. So sometimes when we can't sleep, if you take a little melatonin, it's just a little bit more of that natural hormone that helps your body know that it's time for bed with the circadian rhythm. So usually your melatonin is released when it gets dark outside and it's nighttime. So we're going to talk a little bit later about how being on your phone and stuff can kind of affect that. So does anybody have any questions about that before we move on?
Can't think
I
of
used
any.
to take melatonin, but then it affected with other medications, and I think maybe diabetes too.
Yeah, so like I said before, you're correct. You can take it sometimes to help you fall asleep, but you don't want to do it every night because then your body won't be able to make it as much on its own.
I do a sleep mindfulness thing to help me go to sleep.
Perfect. Yeah. So that is great. I'm so glad that you do that. So we're going to get into some tips to have healthy sleep. So like DesAre talked about before, it's really important to have a similar sleep schedule and like go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. And I know this can be hard to do on the weekends because I love to sleep in on the weekends. Does anybody else?
Oh, yeah.
I do.
So,
So
Another thing I've learned that I do is I stay up later on the weekends.
yeah, you stay up and then you go to bed and then you sleep in later. So
Right.
to really have a good sleep schedule, it's important to try your best, as hard as it is on the weekends, to maybe not wake up at 11 and maybe 9:30 instead. So you also want to aim for for 6 to 8 hours every night. So if you go to bed at midnight and wake up at between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., then you got your hours. Or if you go to bed at 11, you can get up a little bit earlier the next day. But you really want to aim for that window as much as you can. Because sleep, like we talked about, it's really important for your brain.
Yep.
And then naps. I know we talked about naps last week. They're Morgan's favorite thing ever. Who else loves a good nap? I know I do. Yes. So the important thing,
sometime.
the important thing about naps is you don't want to do it late at night because then it can be hard for your body to fall asleep. So if you're gonna take a quick nap, they say the best time to do it is in the early afternoon, right after lunchtime. And you don't want to sleep for more than 20 minutes because then, how we talked about the sleep stages before, your body can continue and then you'll just be too tired to wake up later.
That's
All right.
actually true about don't take naps during nighttime because it is true. You can't fall asleep.
Yeah, it's hard to
Right.
go back to bed.
Yeah.
So it's also important to have a relaxing nighttime routine, right, DesAre?
Very right. Yes.
Yeah, so what are some things that you do at night, DesAre, for your bedtime routine? Or can you read these off?
Well, I do some of the things on here. I shower, I brush my teeth, wash my face, comb my hair, put on comfy PJs. I don't do the journaling or read a story because I'm not into that, or I don't drink. I like tea, but I normally don't. I just drink water all the time, so there's that.
Well, that's good.
And yeah, I don't know how to meditate, but other than that, I do the relaxing bedtime.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's important to relax when it's time to go to bed because you want your body to kind of get in that relaxing sleep state. So I have a bedtime routine that I do the same every single day, and it kind of lets my body know that when I start to do these things, that it's time for my body to relax and go to bed. And I know, DesAre, you said you don't journal or read a story, but if anybody else does,
Hey, Mom.
like journaling about your day, sometimes that's a really good thing to do to help you unwind and kind of reflect on your day, see what you did and how it helped you. So there's some tips for a good bedtime routine.
Hey,
Hello. Yep. Hi, Crystal.
What
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up. Can you repeat yourself?
good thing? I got a dog that sleeps with me. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, that's a great thing to do. Sleeping with your pets, it's also a great stress reliever, like we talked about last week. Pets are really great to sleep with and snuggle with. It's a great way to get yourself ready for bed. So it's great, Crystal.
Oh yeah.
Just the one
She
thing
like
I'll
she
do was
she likes it.
unplug your phone
Mm-hmm.
and turn it off. I usually am on my iPad after
Yeah.
my lights are off because I do a lot of things on my iPad.
Yeah, I have
and
an iPad too.
stories.
Yes, for sure. So then it's also important to only sleep in your bed. I know this can be kind of hard, especially with COVID since we're at home a lot, but you don't want to like eat in your bed or do homework or study or work and hang out because you want your body to know that when you go into your bed, kind of like how your nighttime routine is, that it's time to go to bed. So you really want to focus on only sleeping in your bed.
I'm always
It's
on
true.
my
So,
bed.
when you're,
Although
so in this case, when you're working from home,
Mm-hmm.
it's good to know that working from your bed or the couch is not good because that's your body's thinking, oh, we're going to bed. All
Yeah.
right. And it's obviously not bedtime or nap time. It's time to
Exactly.
work.
Like Morgan, you just got a new desk, right?
I did.
So
I
that's
got
perfect.
Wow,
If you
Morgan,
use a
that's pretty
desk
cool.
or a kitchen table, that's where you should be doing, your work and your eating. So that way
right.
your body doesn't confuse everything.
Hmm.
I'm so
Oh,
used to using
How
my
many hours of sleep are you supposed to get?
About 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
Mhm.
So
What?
next,
How many hours is
yes,
6 to
Crystal,
8 hours? Okay.
you want to get about 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
'Cause I go 10. I go to bed at 10 and get up. Cause I go to bed at 10 and get up at 6:30. So
Yep, that's perfect. That's right in the 8-hour mark. So you're good. So the next step is to keep it cool in your room. I love to sleep with a fan on. And
Me
actually,
too.
scientists say,
yeah, I got a ceiling fan, so that doesn't get
yeah, perfect, that it's best to keep
Yeah,
your
me
room
too.
at
Olivia.
65 degrees, which could be a little cold, but that's what they say is the best conditions for sleep. So yeah, maybe turn your air on or fan, all that can definitely help.
That's kind of too cold when it's fall. I like
Yeah, my dog's a pug, so she has to have the fan on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got a pug, so she has to have air on, so I keep the ceiling fan on it because she can't breathe hardly.
Yeah, that's true. And like DesAre also talked about before, we want to limit blue light. So does anybody know like what blue light is or where it comes from? Morgan?
Is that like when you're looking at your phone, it's like really bright when you're
Yep.
in the dark?
Yep, that's exactly it. So blue light is a special type of light that's on all kinds of screens. So your phone screen, your iPad screen, like we talked about before, a TV, a laptop, all those things with screens release a blue light. And what blue light does is like how we talked about with the melatonin, how that the light affects when it's time for us to go to bed. If you're staring at your screen, the blue light is preventing the melatonin to not be released, so you won't get as tired. So who does that? Like if you play on your phone too late, you look at the time and you're like, oh my
I'm on
gosh,
a Zoom
it's so
call right now.
late. You didn't even realize it, right?
Right.
You should not. You shouldn't go to bed. You shouldn't have any of these things while you're trying to go to sleep because it activates your brain into not going to sleep.
Exactly.
for me. I
True.
pretty
That's right.
quickly if I have my face in the iPad.
Well, that's good that you do that. That's really good. But yeah, make sure you turn them off, get them all plugged in for the next day, and have them ready to go. So that's kind of another little tip. Number 6, DesAre, you got this one, right?
Yep. Avoid caffeine after 3 p.m. Avoid nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drink lots of water before bed, and don't eat greasy food.
Yes, so true. I know I love McDonald's, but eating that before bed is not good, right? Because it all
McDonald's.
Not good.
Yeah, no. And caffeine. I know I love Diet Coke. That's my favorite drink. Does anybody else drink caffeine in the morning to wake them up?
Nope.
No?
I just drink.
That's
I,
good.
I drink decaf. I don't drink any soft drinks.
That is so good, Claire, because that also, like we talked about, if you drink it too late in the day, then it won't let you fall asleep.
I gave up soft drinks because of my diabetes, and it's helped my sugars do better.
Good, I'm glad.
Oh, that's good.
So the next thing you want to do is make your room cozy. Who has like a really comfortable or favorite pillow? I know I have a favorite pillow in bed. DesAre, do you have like a favorite pillow or blanket that you sleep with every night?
Yeah, I do. I have a favorite blanket, especially. Yeah, had
Especially
it for
when it's
years.
cold. Yes, me too.
Me
You wanna
too.
make
I
sure
have a baby blanket.
You do?
brother made for me.
Good, Claire. Anybody else?
I have
Nope.
two pillows that I use. One of them is a Steelers pillow, and then
Man.
when I'm not using that, I have this pillow that my great aunt made for me, and it's cool. It like has a hunting dog on there, and then it's like makes a bird scares a bird up to go fly, and it's really cool, and it's real cozy.
Perfect. That is great, Morgan.
Olivia,
And
I'll tell
next is you want your room to be quiet and dark, so turn the lights off. That can be really helpful. And lavender is an essential oil, and that can be, has anybody like smelled lavender before? Do you know what it smells like?
I love it. It's calming.
I think I smelled it, but I can't remember what it smells
That's the
like.
flavor I put in my Womack.
I can't remember what it smells like
And then
either.
I have
Yeah.
a sound machine.
So lavender is kind of like a light floral scent, and it's been known to help calm the brain and the body and make you more relaxed and sleepy. So some
That's
people
why they
use
put it in lotions and bath
Yep.
bombs and everything. Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's in all that kind of good stuff. So like we said, taking a bath before bed, if you plop a little lavender bath bomb in there, that helps too. It's a win-win.
Mhm.
Hey, Andre, do you have a quick question for everybody? For Olivia? Hold on, I'm trying to unmute.
Okay.
Did any of y'all go to the state games last year?
Okay. Now, Andre, I think you were unmuted and then you muted yourself. Maybe try again to unmute it.
Okay.
Oh,
There you
perfect.
go.
There you go.
There you go.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I mean, on an average day, I get between 9 to 10 hours of sleep. Like I'll go to bed around 12 to 12:30, and I'll get up between 11:30 and 12 o'clock. Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect. You can even do a little bit less than that if you want, but everybody is different. So it's important to listen to your own body. And when your body tells you that you're tired, to listen to it and to go to bed. And when you wake up in the morning, if you wake up early, before your alarm, that's your body's way of telling you that you were well rested. So it's important to listen to your body. Those are just guidelines. So yeah, Andre, I would say that's good.
Okay.
I don't know how it started.
No, it's already been started up. Should have just waited.
Yeah, Claire, do you have a question?
Yes. I go to bed at different times each night, and then I change my alarm different times depending on how long it would take me to take a shower in the morning and stuff. So,
Exactly. That's
and
also
weekends,
important to kind of
like,
change it a little bit based off of what you have every day. Some days you might have a meeting or an event that you have to wake up a little bit earlier for, and some days you don't. So yeah, it's important to just make sure you try to stay consistent and do your best to get rested.
now Saturdays and Sundays I stay up late watching movies,
Mm-hmm.
so that way, because it's a weekend and I can sleep in. But then Sunday nights I go back to my routine where different times I go to bed.
That is perfect, Claire.
That is. Yeah.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Okay, yeah, Kevin? Let's see if can you get unmuted? Good.
At nighttime, I go to bed at 10 o'clock and I wake up around 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I go to bed and then I wake up about 6:45 or 6:50. And then at nighttime, I wear a face mask too over my eyes too. One of those sleep masks too.
Yes, that is perfect. I think that's actually what we're going to get into right here next with lowering the lights. Because like we talked about, it's important to turn off the lights. And yeah, a lot of people I know use sleeping eye masks if they don't have blackout curtains or things like that.
Yeah, the
Does
phones and iPads.
anybody have blackout curtains in their room? I know I do, and it keeps my room so dark.
I don't like the dark too much. I'm kind of scared, but I will wear a sleeping mask. And as long as I know my light is on, then I keep my night light on. And I have ones for different things. I have one that has Mickey on the wall, one that has a snowman, and one that has different kinds of fish and a zoo and all kinds of things.
There you go.
That is so nice that you have those. Okay, next tip is calming the mind. Desiree, you want to go over this one?
Yeah. So calm your mind. You can meditate, read, journal about your day, or stretch.
And does anyone remember that these were the same tips for calming the mind for stress management? So a lot of the things that we're going to learn about each week are going to carry over into different topics, which is really cool. But yes, again, it's important to get your mind in the state for bedtime. I know stretching, reading, like I love to read a story before bed. I know that can be really relaxing, but everybody has their own thing. So then our last tip is work the body. So during the day, I know it's kind of hard with COVID, but you want to try to move around as much as you can. But you don't want to work out too late, like Desiree said a little bit earlier on, because that can get you all excited and kind of hard to go to bed. So you want to, again, focus on moving throughout the day, but not too late. All right, Desiree, you got this one?
Oh,
Yeah. So you can join us for our next meeting next week and talk about meal prepping, and that's next Wednesday, October 14th. And sign up at the link on, well, you can do it on Facebook at the Soki Wellness, or can't you sign up somewhere else? Or is that, am I wrong? Yeah.
No, that's right. And we actually send out a flyer every Wednesday, or on Thursdays for our next Wellness Wednesday. So we're going to go ahead and send that out tomorrow for you guys. But we just wanted to tell you what this was. And again, we'll put this link. It's the same link. So if you guys already signed up once, then you're signed up for all of our wellness. So that's really good. Then if you want more sleep tips, you can go to any of our social medias, or you can email us at wellness for the number and then KY. And lastly, does anybody have any questions about today that we can answer before we wrap up our sleep topic? So I'll go ahead.
Oh, I got a question.
Okay, Morgan, what's up?
So we may have already went over this, but I forgot. But I sleep with a fan on even when it's cold. I just like have to have sound. Is anybody else like that, or is it just me?
yes.
I do the same thing too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, good.
I sleep with the sound machine of the ocean.
Yes, that can be nice, like ocean noises. I know some of them do like rain and like fans, like white noise. I agree, Morgan. Sometimes just
I
that
sleep-
little background noises.
Right.
I sleep with my radio on at night.
Oh, you do? What channel do you listen to? Anything good?
Just country music. I
Nice.
listen 103.5 one I think it is that I listen to, and I sleep with my radio on.
Morgan's gonna be mad about this, but my radio's always locked on 93.9 The Ville here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Of course it is, Andre. Of course it is.
Of course Why
That's good. That's good.
My gosh. Well, thank you guys all so much for joining us this week. Next week again, we're going to do healthy meal prep, so be sure to tune in then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
Olivia.
All right,
Good.
guys. Thank you guys for joining us. And like Olivia
Yeah,
said,
you're welcome,
we hope to
Morgan.
see you guys next week, same time.
Okay.
Righty.
All
Morgan.
right. We'll see you guys.
See you,
Bye,
Morgan.
Hunter.
Hunter.
Bye.
See
Bye.
y'all.
All right, guys.